Hello, family. Welcome to day 4 of Now Unto Him. Let's get right into it. Paul walked down the hall and found an exit door. He didn't like elevators, so he always took the stairs. Paul walked down to the first floor of the hospital and approached the receptionist with a smile. "Good day, ma'am. Where could I find the hospital's director?" The receptionist looked up from her phone at the sound of Paul's voice and set her phone down to give Paul her undivided attention.
"His office is on the 10th floor, sir,"
Paul said. "Thank you, ma'am." He turned and headed back to the stairwell. The receptionist spoke to Paul's back and said,
"Excuse me, sir. Are you trying to speak with him right now?"
"Yes, ma'am. I need to speak with him immediately." An uneasy smile formed on the receptionist's face because she hated to disappoint the nice, well-dressed, super attractive man that she was speaking with and said,
"He normally isn't here at this hour."
Paul looked at his watch and realized that it was 3:13 a.m. The receptionist said,
"He is also on vacation this week. Sorry about that."
Paul couldn't believe that he had wasted this much time. "What's his name, ma'am?" The receptionist pointed to the director's picture on the wall and said,
"Jonathan McGee, sir."
Paul pulled out his phone and spoke into it. "Call Rachel." He moved the phone away from his face and said, "Thank you, ma'am, for your help this morning." The receptionist smiled without showing any teeth and nodded her head to tell Paul he was welcome as she heard a woman answer Paul's call.
Good morning, sir.
Leaving his phone on speaker, he spoke plainly. "Good morning. Connect me with Jonathan McGee, the director of Centurion downtown." Rachel did her best to not sound as if she was sleeping and said,
Yes, sir. Connecting you now.
"Another place."
Baby, you promised.
Jonathan woke up to an angry slap on his arm. With sleep in his eyes, he looked at his wife with blurred vision and heard his phone ringing. He reached over without even looking at the screen and powered the phone off. Jonathan sat up in the bed and turned his wife to face him as she had already sat up and was facing the wall. "Baby, I'm sorry. I'm not taking any calls, as promised. I just forgot to turn my phone off before I went to sleep."
Oh, well, Jonathan, the phone wasn't supposed to be on at all, remember?
Jonathan was stuck. His wife was right. He just put his head down and said, "You right. I apologize, baby." Another place. Rachel knew her boss too well to accept being sent to voicemail. She jumped out of bed and touched the space bar on her computer and found Jonathan's location. She called his hotel's room phone. Another place. Jonathan's wife looked at him and he looked at her. She said,
I thought you said that you didn't tell anybody where we were going. And I told the front desk not to call us for anything during our stay. So who is that?
"How should I know, baby? I didn't tell anyone where we were going. Just let it ring. Give me a kiss, boo. It's just me and you, for real. It's beautiful out here in Dubai, and I'm not going to let the phone of any kind mess up our vacation." The phone rang and rang. Jonathan stood up and ripped the phone out of the wall to the smiling face of his wife. She lifted her nightgown over her head as her bedroom eyes screamed for Jonathan to come closer. She slowly licked her lips and said,
You know it does something to me when you get gangsta, boo.
Jonathan couldn't get his boxer briefs off fast enough. He took a chance pulling the phone out of the wall, but it worked perfectly. The passion between them was on 10 as they rolled around the bed, exploring each other's point of sexual satisfaction. Their simultaneous stimulation was interrupted by the sound of Paul's voice. "You should always answer the phone when I call."